Arizona. This is the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing for the WBA Interim Welterweight Championship of the World. Presented by Shane Mosley's GoBox Promotions in association with CBS Sports Network. This bout is sanctioned by the Arizona State Boxing Commission, Executive Director Matthew Valenzuela, Chairman Scott Fletcher, Commissioners Joe Pennington and Scott Peters.
大家好，老师从业中医男科30余年，帮助了数千名海内外华人朋友通过中药调理重回男性雄风。如果你也存在房事时间短、勃起无力、硬度差、中途疲软、肾虚、前列腺炎等问题，现在就加中医老师微信574-993-200，纯中药，一人一方，治根治本，帮助你持续坚挺20至40分钟，补肾壮阳，延时助勃，彻底告别快男软男。记住微信574-993-200。
On CBS Sports Network from Glendale, Arizona, let's leave the top behind. Fighters, it's time to shine. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He's wearing solid black, and he is joined by head trainer Carl Greaves. He weighed in officially at 146 3/4 pounds. His professional record, 21 victories, 1 defeat with 1 bout even, 11 of his victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Piatagorsk, Russia, presenting the current, reigning, defending WBA Interim Welterweight Champion of the World, David Avanessia. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner. He's wearing cream with black and gold silk trim. And he is joined by head trainer Manos de Piedra, Roberto Duran. He weighed in officially at 146 pounds. His professional record, 49 victories, 9 defeats with 1 bout even, 41 of his victories coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Pomona, California, presenting the former IBF Lightweight World Champion, former WBC, WBA, and Ring Magazine Light Middleweight World Champion, former 3-time Lineal World Champion, and former WBC, WBA Welterweight Champion of the World, Puro Azúcar, Sugar, Shane Mosley. Once again, referee in charge, Wes Melton, for instructions.
Okay, let's go. Chief second over here. Chief second. Okay, fellas. This is for the WBA Welterweight Intern Championship. Went over the rules in the dressing room. Check these trunks, they're good. Check these trunks, they're good. Let's have a good, clean fight. Protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands. Touch them up, bang at the bell.
All right,
Once
we're going to
again,
set time for Talk Us Over. What kind of fight we're going to see, Kevin Kelly?
I think it's going to be very interesting. I'm excited myself sitting here to watch this fight, call this fight. I think it's going to be, can the old man take the young man to school, or the old man time to get out the ring? One or the other, and I just think right now this is exciting.
Vanessian has 1 loss. That was his second pro fight. He's never been stopped. Shane Mosley stopped 1 time with a hurt back in Australia, losing to Anthony Mundine. So this could go a distance. This could, Steve, I would anticipate they both better be ready to go 12.
No, I don't think there's any doubt about it. Avanesyan, just looking at his physique, well, obviously we talked about Shane Mosley's earlier. He looks like a very well-built 147-pounder.
The key is, can he deal with Sugar Shane Mosley's speed? That's the key.
Body shot with the left hand by Shane. And again, Mosley's been here so many times for Avanesian. This is his first time in really the spotlight of the boxing world. Despite holding that WBA interim championship, the fight kind of took place under the radar in Monaco against an opponent who's no Shane Mosley.
And the one thing he's going to deal with today is a lot of education from Mosley. He's going to deal with education as far as experience, as far as angles, as far as, knowing his distance, knowing his range. He knows what to do when he gets hit with his shot. We're going to find out how well David is schooled in boxing.
Double jab by Mosley scores. Mosley trying to establish that jab early. Avanesian with that peekaboo style, his hands held high. Mosley wings the left hand that scores.
There's one thing they say about boxing: styles win fights. So we got to see how well these styles mix or don't mix.
Now Shane doing all the fighting here so far. Jab has really set a good tempo for him early here, Steve.
No, I don't think there's any doubt about it. I think the first 2 minutes have played out very well for the old veteran. I think he's been allowed to just box on the outside and really get comfortable getting into a nice rhythm with that jab. I expect at some point Avanesian's just going to have to wake up and realize this is just another fight.
Well, you can look at it two ways. One, he's dealing with a veteran with a lot of experience. You don't want to make a mistake, Avanesian. Or he's going to get his proxy up his moxie and say, you know what? I have nothing to lose and everything to gain by going after this man.
Well, look at Shane Mosley, man. He's in peak condition. Always stays in peak condition. I don't think you ever seen him out of shape.
No, Larry, and I'll say this in round number one, and I know this is very early on in this marathon. I think his legs look very good for a 44-year-old welterweight.
Avanesian trying to put some heat on here at the end of round one. Scheduled for 12. Highly anticipated fight here in Glendale, Arizona. Let's check the corner. Roberto Duran in the corner of Sugar Shane Mosley. How about that? Did you ever think you'd see that?
That's amazing. Duran went from 135 to all the way to 160. Shane went from 135 all the way to 155. So, in close similarity, they have a lot in common. So that's an advantage there.
I think if you take a look at many of these lists of all-time 135-pounders, I don't think there's any doubt Roberto Duran is no worse than the second or third best. And I think a lot of lists certainly have Shane Mosley, who made about 7 or 8 title defenses in the late 90s, as one of the top 10 lightweights that ever was. Truly, I think soon to be 2 Hall of Famers in that corner.
Big movie coming out about Roberto Duran. Robert De Niro is going to play Ray Arcel in that movie. Yeah. And Usher is Sugar Ray Leonard.
Yes, he is.
Yes. I'm looking forward to that. Does that premiere August 29th?
It's in August, yes. You've already bought your ticket, huh?
Oh, I'm ready to see it.
Round 2 underway here in Glendale. Great to be with you tonight. Larry Michael, the Flushing Five, Kevin Kelly, Steve Kim, and Brendan Shaw with us as well. Just missing with that overhand right. Yeah, let's see if Avanesian comes out with some firepower here, because in the first round he was controlled by the jab of Shane Mosley.
Well, this is like I've talked about many times. Distance, range. The one thing, the advantage that Sugar Shane Mosley has over a lot of guys that come in the game young like Avanesian is that he has his reach advantage. He also has his distance. He knows exactly where he's at. If you notice, David sometimes misses shots grazingly by Sugar Shane Mosley.
Low blow that time, a low blow that time. Shane realized it, and Avanesian says, I'm okay, and so they continue. I mean, there's no doubt about it. The experience of Mosley, and Steve, you mentioned it, the legs conditioning for Shane Mosley. If the legs and conditioning are there, I would tell you what, he's going to take this guy to school.
No, but that's the job of Avanesian eventually at some stage, preferably in the first half of the fight, to make this guy expend energy and start feeling the 44 years of age. I think Avanesian, I know there might be apprehension. He has to start forcing the tempo and force this fight to be fought at a faster pace.
Yeah, right now, Mosley is allowed the distance. He's allowed his comfort zone, and he's moving very well.
Avanesian stepping forward, though, trying to reduce that distance. Nice jab by Sugar Shane, one of his best weapons, no doubt about it.
Oh, very good jab. Sharp, sticks it out there. He lands it, and he knows it's a rangefinder. That's what the purpose of the jab is, and that's what he's utilizing it in. Range finding.
Again, Avanesian a little reluctant right now. And Mosley controlling the tempo of this fight. Avanesian with a body shot. Shane spins away. 40 seconds to go in the second. That was an overhand right by Avanesian that scored. Tactical battle right now.
They call this a chess match.
Yep.
Avanesian trying to get inside. Shane Mosley trying to keep him on the outside. That's that speed I'm talking about. That very fast hands.
Avanesian moving forward. Overhand right, and there's the bell to end round two. Following the interim champion, Avanesian, to his corner, he moved to England recently to be trained by that man, Carl Graves. And the management team for Avanesian right now, very confident their man is on a path to stardom. He had to leave Russia. They felt that he would just be fighting in Russia for the next couple of years and never get an opportunity. They've done a good job putting him in the spotlight.
No, and you know what? I thought halfway through round number two, I don't think he won the round, guys. I do think he started to loosen up a little bit. You guys described this as a chess match. Well, I think he's got to make this into a game of checkers and quicken the pace again.
Little scratch above the left eye of Avanesian. To a replay, Kevin.
Here we take a look towards the end of the round. The overhand right, it touched Mosley. It didn't catch him flush with anything that hurt him, but it just caught his attention. And as you can see right there, Mosley comes back to the jab. That's a seasoned veteran.
Time for round three. Scheduled for 12. And again, the jab of Shane Mosley has been a big factor in this fight through the first two rounds. When Avanesian can take a step forward and throw some shots, he gets within his range. But if he sits on the end of Shane's jab, it's going to be a long night.
It's like I said, the jab is a rangefinder. It's a very good weapon in boxing. And Mosley's using it very well right now. Avanesian has to figure out how to overcome that jab. And
Kevin, he's starting to time that right hand, his own right hand, over Shane Mosley's jab, showing a little bit of sneakiness here in the last round or two, but I do think he needs to start to initiate more of his own offense.
Yeah, and that's the key. The key right now, Avanesian is looking very sharp in this round, better than he's looking the last two rounds. He started gaining his distance. Shane is trying to keep him out of range. And it's a battle of wits. It's a battle of skill. It's a battle of balance and angles. The problem is Shane Mosley has the advantage.
Joe told me one thing Duran has helped him with is get back to trying to work the body in a fight. Talked about how he had a lot of knockouts with body shots early in his career, and he's got regenerated with that style with Duran in his corner.
Larry, at 135, I thought Shane Mosley was one of the most vicious body punchers of his generation. A lot of that credit, and he'll even talk about it, was growing up in L.A., sparring with a lot of Mexican and Mexican-American fighters, being really acclimated to that style of boxing. There's a low blow right there from a body shot as we talk about it.
Yeah, and Avanesian is down, and he's going to get the full 5 minutes here. Trying to shake it off, but he went down in a heap right when that punch landed.
Talk about body shot. He hit him in the body.
Well,
yeah, that's part of
his body.
Kevin, you've been in there. When you get hit with that big protector, which is like sometimes locked up like Fort Knox, how much does it actually hurt?
It depends on who hits you. As we look right here, we look at the low blow by Mosley.
That's
right
low.
there. Oh, that's a
low.
very low blow. Obvious, you know, you got to take a minute break. It's really not the punch that did it. It's the crushing mechanism of the cup against you.
That just sounds painful.
Yeah, it's a crushing, like crushing grapes or something.
Jeez. Whoa.
Well, Mosley's going to have to watch that low blow now the rest of the fight. Can't afford any points. A very close fight right now. We're going to check the scorecards after 3. Is Shane very shifty still. Very quick reflexes.
They still got the speed.
There's a right hand by Evanesian that scored as Shane backed away. Evanesian has scored a few right hands. Hasn't thrown many jabs. There's a body shot to the left rib area by Mosley.
Yeah, those pay off later on.
Whoa, whipping right hand ducked by Evanesian. He is getting closer, Steve, though. He's reducing the space.
No, he is. And what he's doing, he's now starting to really be sneaky and timing that right hand over the top. He's starting to find his range much better here in this round.
Yeah, but those body shots that he's getting hit with are wicked. So that could take a toll later on.
Close fight here in Glendale, Arizona. Let's check out the corner of Shane Mosley as Roberto Duran using the English that he has with Shane. Looking for a jab and an uppercut from Sugar Shane. And a warning from the referee there. Don't want to see another low blow.
And one thing about those low blows, even though it happens, sometimes it takes a little bit out of your opponent. So sometimes I ain't saying something illegal is okay. But I am saying that 1 or 2 of those low blows can change the destiny of a fight.
Right hand by Evanesian has been his lone weapon, but he scored several times.
Here you take a look at the overhand right. It's very sneaky the way he throws it. It's camouflaged by his shoulder, so it's very sneaky weapon. Shane has to definitely take note of that.
And you know, that was actually the shift right there, because that left hand, actually that right hand came out as a front side punch from the southpaw position. I look for Evanesian to do more of that as the rounds go on here.
What's your scorecard say, Steve Kim?
I thought the first 2 rounds were controlled by Shane Mosley. I thought round number 3, Evanesian edged it with some counter right hands. 29-28, Mosley after 3.
Shane to the body again with the right hand. And a right hand to the head that time. Another one. Mosley with a little more fire here coming out to start round 4, sitting on those punches.
Yeah, Mosley's trying to find his right hand right now. And Evanesian is starting to find it on his chin, but he has to, his hands are going up, and now Shane is starting to dictate the tempo.
Big body shot. Hey, Shane's not trying to stay at a distance. He's trying to close the distance himself.
I think Duran wants him to get a little closer, more in range. You know, Duran was more of a forceful fighter. And get him more in range and throw his body shots, throw his head shots. What I would recommend when Shane does throw a body shot to bring it straight up to the head. Never leave your punches downstairs.
Another low blow, and he's flirting with the deduction there, Shane is. Got to keep it north of the border there, and Evanesian really hasn't thrown any punches this round. There he goes with the left. And Shane counters with a left of his own. And back to the jab for Mosley. A big overhand right. That rocked Mosley a little bit. See a little shake in his feet. Mosley felt that.
Yeah, he's been trying to, Evanesian trying to get that punch all night. Come over the jab of Shane Mosley. There he goes again trying to throw it. Shane has to slip to his right and avoid it. But Avanesian, I give him credit. He's working that overhand right.
I think he's very sneaky. I think he's very clever. I don't know if he's going to be able to overcome the early work in this round of Shane Mosley. But Avanesian certainly now, I think, has shook off any of the nervousness that may have accompanied his entrance into the ring about 10, 15 minutes ago.
Another overhand right.
He's getting more comfortable. So, you know, right now, like I said, he's getting more relaxed in the fight. As the pace of this fight changes, as Shane picks it up or slows it down, or Avanesian picks it up or slows it down, that's going to base how this fight's going to go.
Avanesian goes to the body with a couple right hands that time that scored. Mosley now backing off a little bit. They're going to try to counter, and now they lock up. Warning from the referee that time on the rabbit punches. Good body work by Avanesian. Good round for the defending interim champion. And Shane Mosley and Avanesian will move on to round 5. Let's check the corner of Sugar Shane Mosley and the Hall of Famer Roberto Duran.
Stay with your power jab. Easy, okay? Drink it. Little bit drink it. Jab. When you're in the middle. Pow. Jab. You do. Remember. Do. Remember, okay? It's not my good for you. Eat the bubble.
With the corner of Avanesian.
He's throwing it from here. You listening? Good boy. Good word. Come on, man. This is good. All right? He hit you low, you hit him low, David. Yeah. Okay. Come on, David.
Here we take a nice look. Of the overhand right caused by Avanesian. Avanesian caught him, and that definitely was a shot. And when he gets weak on that left side of himself, Shane Mosley, Avanesian comes over the top.
Round 5 underway. Sugar Shane Mosley and David Avanesian for the WBA Interim Welterweight Championship. Close fight so far. Steve, what's your scorecard say through 4?
You know what? I have this fight all evened up. I think Avanesian has really loosened up and gotten into things in rounds 3 and 4. So I think we have a real fight, gentlemen. 38-38.
I have it scored officially, of course, 39-37. I gave Avanesian the last round. He's starting to get into this fight a little bit.
Whoa. Nice shot again by Avanesian. Countering Mosley. Mosley needs to get back to that jab and back to that body work. Slowing down his punch output right now here in round 5. Trying to time Avanesian.
And Larry, as the fight's going on now, you're seeing Avanesian switch hitting here very freely. He will do this openly as a very, very stated tactic. He's very effective at punching from both the left and the right side with power.
Mosley back to the body again. Putting that money in the bank early, Shane Mosley is with that body attack, Kevin Kelly.
Yeah, well, he's going backwards to go forward. Duran wants him to go downstairs and upstairs. I was listening to the instructions in the corner. He said, I want you to go downstairs to the body and bring the uppercut underneath. And that's exactly what he has to do.
There's a body shot by Avanesian, maybe a little low. Mosley switches southpaw momentarily for a combination. The referee again, the warning there. It's a close fight. Neither fighter can afford a point deduction. Little swelling under the right eye of Avanesian. Good fight so far. Evenly matched.
Yeah, they're going back and forth right now. What was there early in the fight with Sugar Shane Mosley with the jab is not there right now.
And as Steve mentioned, Avanesian slipped to the southpaw stance there momentarily. Now back to conventional. Kind of slides freely either way. The body shot by Evanesian on the counter. Referee warning the fighters. Possible clash of heads inside. Another close round here at the Gila River Arena in Glendale, Arizona. Nice right by Shane as the bell ends the round. Close fight here. There is the Armenian, born in Russia, living in the UK, fighting in the USA for the first time. A little swelling under that right eye. Otherwise, no obvious damage to the face of David Evanesian. Very calm in his corner. The corner is Sugar Shane Mosley and the legend Roberto Duran. Funny, Duran wouldn't speak English to me yesterday, but he's doing a pretty good job in that corner right now. Check out a sneaky Shane Mosley shot here. Boom!
He's looking to count. Then we take a look at some nice early work. Later, a body shot was kind of reflected by Shane, and Evanesian switches.
Sixth round underway. Mosley and Evanesian. Close fight here in Glendale, Arizona. Mosley back to that jab, which dominated the first two rounds. Not much behind that jab. Again, like the rangefinder, overhand right that time by Evanesian.
I can tell you, Shane's legs look very good. I remember sparring Shane when I first met him before he was champion. And at his age, he looks very, very good. I got to give him credit. He looks very, very good.
Gets tripped over the leg of Evanesian. That is no knockdown. Clearly not a knockdown. And the action will continue. You can almost feel the pressure building in this close fight here with so much on the line for these fighters. Mosley with the jab, shot to the body by Evanesian. Evanesian with the right-handed jab that time as he slipped to the southpaw stance. Mosley, good escapability there by Shane.
Larry, Shane told me before this fight last week for a story I did for UCN Live that if he could not beat a David Evanesian, there really is no point in going on. I'll say this, I think about halfway through, this is a very, very nip-and-tuck fight.
It's getting closer. Evanesian's finding his range a little bit better. Shane is mixing it up now, boxing, counter-punching.
Again, Evanesian trying to set up that right hand. That punch right on the belt line. And another clinch. Neither man with an advantage here in round 6. Fairly even round.
It's like they both took a break. Evanesian said, guess what? I'll chase you this round. You chase me the last few rounds. So it seems like right now Change is taking off the middle of the fight.
Hard to score a round like this, though.
Very hard.
Both men pounding to the body in the clinch. Shane spins him, trying to work the body at the bell. To the corner of Shane Mosley.
He's coming. You can listen to him. He's coming. Jump, if you do. Jump, surprise. Give me jump, the upper go on the body, please, okay?
He wants a jab with the left hand and the uppercut to the body. We got that.
Don't worry, coming back and listen to me. Hey, you dance me? You understand me? Yeah. Okay, look at me, I'm going to talk to you. Chap, he come. He move so bright, okay? He punch on the body. He don't like the body. Okay? He don't like it. Punch is poking his friendly body. Will you check me again, okay? He stop poking on my tooth for you. Okay, let's go, guys.
Intensity in the corner of Shane Mosley from the legend Roberto Duran.
Well, I know one thing, Larry. I don't know how good his English is. He certainly speaks the language of boxing.
You wanted Shane to look at him, too. He wasn't sure Shane was understanding him.
It's interesting, just looking at the body language of David Avanesian. He hopped off his stool, and he was just jumping up and down. I get the sense that Avanesian has a lot more confidence than he did, let's just say 3-4 rounds ago.
Well, your confidence is built over a period of time. The longer you're in a ring with a guy a status of Shane Mosley, the better you feel your chances are. And Avanesian, I give him credit for what he's doing. He's having his moments. But Shane steals him right back.
Into the second half of this fight, very close fight. So much on the line here tonight. Shane Mosley, resurgent career. And tonight, a big night for him, and obviously Avanesian as well. Avanesian trying to make a name for himself against the legend. Mosley looking to take that next step towards a major title fight.
Whoever be fighting the winner wins this fight, fights the winner of Keith Thurman and Sean Porter. And that's a big welterweight fight, too.
Now back to the southpaw stance for Avanesian, and what does Shane Mosley do? He switches to southpaw himself. Shane not taking the advice of Duran yet in this round. Hasn't gone to the body much. You got to give an Avanesian some credit here because he's showing good defense and not really slowing down his offensive output either. Avanesian talking to Sugar Shane here in the clinch. We can hear him. Don't know if I understand his language there, but he's talking to him.
No, Larry, I think steadily in this round, Avanesian applied really good pressure and done pretty good work to the body with both hands. And see that exchange right there? You see more and more Shane Mosley in those clinches looking to really just hold on and not really do much offensively. It's Avanesian doing most of the work and rotating his shoulders and getting his hands moving.
Well, right now, Avanesian has the belt. Shane Mosley has to take the belt from Avanesian to get a clear victory. You know, I don't think the judge is going to give it to him like that. And it's very hard fight to watch because you don't know if they like the aggressor, if they don't like the guy that's boxing, what punches are landing cleanly, who's hurt in this fight.
It's a very close fight. This is going to be decided in these next few rounds. Nothing's been decided yet. Super close. Avanesian in the corner. Shane Mosley leaning on him, trying to set up a shot at the bell. And there is Sugar Shane Mosley Jr. victorious earlier tonight, watching his dad from ringside. Dimar Ortuz next to Shane. Trista there, who is Shane's girlfriend and the promoter for GoBox Promotions. That is Team GoBox, and there is the franchise, Shane Mosley, the legend, and Duran in his corner. I still got to pinch myself watching Duran in the corner of Shane Mosley.
Yeah, you put him where you want him, all right? Let's go now. Come on. Champion of the world, recognize yourself, yeah?
Avanesian breathing harder here now. He put a lot of energy into that last round, Steve Kim.
No, he did, and I think he may have taken the lead. I gave him that round 10-9. I have it 67-66 Avanesian heading into the championship rounds.
Body work's been important for both fighters in this one. Avanesian here with some good work to the midsection.
Well, here we take a look at that body shot. It was kind of deflected a little bit like a left arm of Sugar Shane Mosley. but, you know, that could be a point.
Avanesian with the jab. Haven't seen many jabs from Avanesian in this fight. Round 8 scheduled for 12. The WBA Interim Welterweight Championship on the line here tonight.
Shane landed a straight right hand, caught the attention of Avanesian.
It sure did. And a body shot by Mosley.
Instead of going back in the line, Mosley needs to step to his right or step to his left and still going straight back in the line, because judges do watch that kind of action and believe that Avanesian is dictating the action.
It's a good body shot by Avanesian that time with the left hand. Avanesian with some fancy footwork that time. Steps aside and throws the right. A left-right combo by Shane.
It seems they're taking turns on who's going to be the stalker. Last 2 rounds was Avanesian. This round seemed to be Shane. So either he's taking off or he's allowing Shane to dictate the action.
Avanesian expended a lot of energy in round 7. Steve said he jumped off his stool in the corner, and he did, and he put a lot into that last round. This round, a little more favor of Shane Mosley. Well, nobody knew who Avanesian was before this fight. They'll know afterwards. He's a good fighter.
I knew before the fight. I watched video of him.
Another right counter by Shane.
What I like about him, he fights righty, he fights lefty. He switches. He's very hard to hit. And I knew this was not going to be an easy fight for Shane Mosley.
Digging a body shot with the right hand. You could feel it at ringside.
There's one thing missing, I think, that can work very well for Shane Mosley. He needs to come up the middle. Avanesian is putting his hands up, and Shane is not coming up the middle.
I also think, Kevin, the one thing that's, again, expected from a 44-year-old. Oh, good left hook by Avanesian.
Left hook by Avanesian, and Mosley up against the ropes. Good punch by the interim champion. Mosley stands toe-to-toe with him, fires a right of his own. Takes a body shot as well. Fight is heating up. There is Shane Mosley. He's expended a lot of energy so far in this fight. He started out on fire. Another hand up in his face a little more. Trying to motivate his man. Avanesian had a moment or two, scored a good left hook in the 8th round. Here's a look.
Here we take a look at this. That was a serious left hook. Avanesian caught away. You take a look right here. Right there on the kiss up. But it looked like it didn't bother Shane much, but it definitely caught his attention.
Looking at Avanesian in his corner as we take another look at that punch from overhead.
That's what happens when you strike.